Hello, Megan here. This is going to be a movement and meditation practice centered on clearing and really connecting. And what I mean by that is just clearing out kind of the superficial energetic gunk of day to day. And there might be some bigger, heavier stuff that's moving right now. It's the last day of March 2025. And the collective energy is interesting. And I think that's all I have to say about it. Anyone who's feeling it knows exactly what I mean. The more I try to put words to it, the further away from it I seem to get. So clearing that, connecting to our light body. And I try to steer clear of this language sometimes, I've noticed, because I'm not always sure how it will be received. And I think there is a lot of garbage out there surrounding these fields. And I mean a lot of different things by that word. And yeah, so I think sometimes I just wonder whether or not I will be taken seriously, the practice will be taken seriously, but you know what, life's too short and the world is crazy, so let's just do whatever we're gonna do anyways. Ride the wave, see where we end up. So connecting to these higher, lighter aspects of ourselves. The things that make us human and the parts of our being that help us relate to all these different realms and planes of existence to create something not necessarily more, but expanded out of our time here on Earth and out of our, again, connection to other people. All right, so with that, let's get started. Seated position, you can sit on top of something. I'm on a yoga pillow, a bolster, if you will. Folded blanket, seat, anything is fine, or just straight on the floor. Soft gaze, eyes closed. And imagine a waterfall, and you're sitting under it, and it's easy for you to be there. You don't have to worry about your breath. You can just trust that it will happen alongside the water, moving down to the top of your head, further down around your skin, towards the floor, beyond the floor. The water is the perfect temperature. The first place where we will begin to clear. In the next few breaths, you can let that visualization go, but know that the intention will stay with you. And take your time to come into tabletop position. Hands and knees. Fingers spread wide, push down through the hands, and begin to move your spine any way that feels good. So you can do what might be considered a little bit more standard cow and cat. Can add in barrel rolls, look over one shoulder, then the other. Can linger in a spot that feels really nice. And keep your eyes soft. If they're open, maybe you close them. And this allows your awareness to move down from your brain, away from the mind a little bit, into your body. After a few more cycles of breath, come into downward facing dog. Those high hips, spine is long. Backs of the legs are as open as they want to be in this moment. It will change. From a place of stillness, inhale, roll forward, plank pose. Exhale, slowly lower all the way down to the mat, tops of the feet down and wide. Rounds of cobra. Inhale, lift to any desired length. Exhale, roll down. Do maybe 3 to 5. Really not worried about a specific number. You can imagine air moving through the back of your heart to the front of your heart. Every time you lift, air under and around and above. Make this next one your last one. And this air around your heart space is just helping to clean, cleanse. Make a little shiny. Curl your toes under. From knees or toes, inhale, plank. Exhale, return to downward facing dog. Inhale, step the right foot forward, lower the left knee down. And exhale to sink into the hips. Fingertips stay on the floor. You can frame the foot or have both hands inside of the foot. Whatever allows you to release a bit through the glutes, the hips, the pelvic floor, even if it's just a tiny amount. Keep your left hand down. Inhale, right hand on right thigh. And exhale, look over the shoulder as you twist. And breathe in. Exhale, right hand down. Take your time to step back to downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot forward, right knee down. Exhale to find your shape on this side. Even if the spine is rounded, think about length. So there's still things that we can do inside of compressed spaces, under compressive forces, to feel like we can breathe. To feel like no matter how small the space is, it's not too small for us to be there. Right hand stays down. Inhale, left hand on left thigh. Exhale, rotate. If there are any places of tightness, constriction, resistance, become aware. There's nothing more to do in this moment but to notice. Sometimes in the noticing, things automatically change. One more breath in. Exhale, left hand down, return to downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot forward once more. Warrior one, feet, left heel, in and down. Bend in the right knee and keep that left heel grounded as you inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, settle into your right knee. You can add a little bit of length through the spine. Arms reach up into a subtle back bend. Tap back into that air infusion in the heart. And it's almost like your lungs were balloons. The front of your rib cage floats up to the ceiling as your pelvis down through the legs, the feet connects through to the earth. There we go. Inhale. Exhale, straighten the leg, fold forward. Quick pyramid pose. Through the feet, the crown of the head. Energy cycles down to the core, back up into the body. And it can be tricky to do. It takes practice. Thus the reason we call it practice. But the more we let go of these intentions with our brain, the easier it is to really tune into them with our body. And sometimes the mind just gets too caught up in wanting to label, name, figure things out. And that either keeps these experiences somewhat limited, or it keeps us in a state of disbelief and doubt and cynicism. And in the next couple of breaths, you can bend your front knee, step back to downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot forward. Exhale, warrior one, feet. When you're ready, inhale up, warrior one. Exhale, light heart, rooted feet. And as we ask the mind to quiet down and allow other things to become illuminated, our face and our neck, those muscles can start to relax. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, fold forward. You can always bend the knee if you need to. Find your edge and be comfortable there. There's no reason to push beyond. One of the many ways that we stay inside of our head, our brain, our mind, trying to force ourselves into where we think we should be for any reason, rather than settling into keying into the moment where we are. And there's definitely time for that kind of awareness and engagement and interaction. But here, right now, we are only looking for this. Step back in time, now to plank pose. Inhale. Exhale, lower halfway or all the way down. Inhale into any back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward. Exhale, lower all the way down. Guide your left knee out to the left, in line with the hip, so the whole inner leg is still on the floor. Left toes point out to the left as well. A little series of 90-degree angles. Bring the hands a little further out in front and slightly out to the sides. Inhale, up into up into cobra. With this frog leg variation, you can be still or move side to side. Moving into mild discomfort could be okay. Do you want to stay open, receptive? And this usually asks for a certain degree of softness and ease. Inside of the body, let that right leg be relaxed. It's okay if the heel falls in, toes point out. One more inhale and center. Exhale, roll down. And slowly switch out your legs. Left foot comes back to meet the right. And then right knee, right foot out to the right. Left leg is at ease. Inhale, come up into your cobra on this side. Is there resistance in the breath? Where has the mind gone? On an exhale, roll back down. Right foot meets the left. Toes curled under from knees or toes. Inhale, plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot forward. Left heel stays lifted unless you really prefer to have it down in that warrior one position. That's totally okay. Otherwise, we'll come up into lunge. Inhale, arms up. Exhale. That gentle opposition of floating heart, grounded hips. Breathe in. Exhale, circle the right thumb and index finger around the left wrist. And side body stretch over to your right. Left leg is empowered. You're trying to push the thigh bone up to the ceiling for a little deeper opening in the front of the left hip. Powerful stance to feel that connection, build some heat. Inhale. Exhale, stay in that side bend. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to the floor, left knee down, hips back for half splits. Just looking to open up the back of your right leg. Take whatever alignment feels right for that. In the next few breaths, come back to hands at the top of the mat. And then step back to your downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot forward. Intentional choice between lunge and warrior one. Doesn't need to be the same side to side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale. No matter what you've been going through energetically, you're always connected. Inhale. Exhale, circle left thumb and index finger around the right wrist and side body stretch to your left. And what are some of the things that you need to trust in that connection? What are some of the things that connection has been telling you? And even though it's kind of always whispering, it's been different the last few weeks, I think, for most of us. What have you been hearing? One more breath in on the side bend. Stay here as you exhale. Inhale, tall spine. Exhale, knee down. Hands down, half splits. We talk a lot about trusting our inner guidance, trusting our higher self, trusting our soul. And yes, yes, yes. But sometimes I think we get uncomfortable when we use the language of just trusting ourselves. There doesn't need to be a caveat on that. As in, well, I'm not trusting myself, I'm trusting my higher self. Inhale, exhale. Take your time to bring hands forward, foot back, down dog. Thing is, we can really trust ourselves. Inhale to gaze forward. Exhale, walk to the top of your mat. Forward fold shape. Legs long, but that doesn't mean knees can't be bent. Spine long. And so now it's like the wind around your heart got still. And that intentional density of your heart melts into the earth. You can stay like this, or you can bring your feet a bit wider. Just going to change where the opening happens. You can keep hands down or interlace fingers at the tailbone. Play with straightening the arms, reaching thumbs away from the low back. And it's okay if it doesn't happen. You can sway side to side, tiny little bend in one knee then the other, or you can be still. And allow, or at least imagine, your exhales could sink your body more in half. It's less of a forcing, more of an allowing. And in the next few breaths, hands back down if they aren't already there. Stillness in the center. And push down through your feet to roll up through your spine. Inhale, pardon me, arms overhead, palms together. Feel that middle line of you. Exhale, pull down the midline, hands to heart. 2 more like that. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Fingers graze that inner edge of your aura, of your energy boundary. Exhale, hands travel down that central channel. Hands stay at the heart for a moment. And feel into your boundary. You can imagine it about an arm's length away from you. And extrapolate that into an oval, an egg, around your entire body. So even down into the earth, you have this energy field. In your central channel, that line does not bifurcate your boundary. And just sits in there, moves through there. All the way down, all the way up. Inhale, arms up overhead. As you exhale, bend your right elbow. Right hand behind the back of the neck, left hand on top of that bent right elbow. Little triceps stretch. You can stay like this or add in a side bend over to your left. Inhale, rise up, arms high. Exhale, left elbow bends, right hand on top, with or without side bend to the right. Notice how your energy body bends with you. Inhale, rise up, both arms high. Exhale, turn the palms out. Lower the arms down by your sides. You can roll out wrists or shoulders or both. Inhale, palms together, both arms forward and up into a little back bend. Exhale, fold forward, bend the knees whenever you need. And bend the knees here, even if you haven't already. Hands down, step back, tabletop. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Or just like at the beginning of our practice, our movement practice, add in any shapes, movements, repetitions that feel good. You don't have to think about why. You don't have to focus on lateral symmetry. And you can slide the knees together and forward, sit back on the heels. If that doesn't feel right for you, legs around in front, cross-legged position. We'll close with eagle arms as a stretch. Inhale, arms out to the left and the right. Exhale, right arm under the left. To start with yogi hug, hands hold on to opposite elbow, opposite shoulder, excuse me. Or if you want to play with something a little different, can point fingertips up to the ceiling, keeping those elbows bent. Backs of the hands, tops of the forearms kind of press into each other. Or you can cross at the wrist as well. So you could touch yourself with you could touch your nose with your right thumb. Wherever you're at, elbows up. And if you're in a hug, stay there. If not, reach the pinky of your left hand forward. Last little bit, subtle back bend. One more inhale. Exhale, down to unwind. Inhale, arms out to the side. Exhale, left under right. Find the shape that works on this side. Do not worry about whether or not it's the same. Everything here is its own independent entity. Does it work? Does it not work? Elbows up, maybe hands forward, that right pinky finger. And if it feels good, back bend. One more inhale. Exhale to release and let go. If you're still sitting your hips on your heels and it feels okay, fingertips behind you so you lean back. You can pop the chest. And you can either reach the thigh bones and the kneecaps for the front of the mat, or you can also start to lift the knees up. Either one is fine. Few more breaths here. And also neither is fine. Complete exhales. Maybe you start to do open-mouthed exhales. And when you're ready, come forward and make your way into, actually let's do lying down. It feels like lying down is the way to go. Into a lying down position. So you can have your feet on the floor, you can have a bolster under your knees, you can be wrapped up in coziness, blankets, sweaters, socks, or otherwise. Point is to be comfortable enough that you don't feel compelled to move once you get situated, though it's always okay to adjust and do what you need to be comfortable. Soften your gaze or close down your eyes. And visualize the expanse of the cosmos above you, all around you. It's almost like it was a snow globe and you were lying smack dab in the middle of it. And the base of the snow globe is the earth. It can feel paradoxical to have both a physical and energetic pull simultaneously upwards and downwards. So in this lying down position, the front side of your body is connected to air, sky, wind, stars. And the back side of your body connected to the dirt, the water that makes it mud, all the rocks, the minerals, the metal. Are always pulsing in and out of the dominant energies. But it doesn't ever mean that any of the other ones stop existing. Nor does it mean that we ever stop having a relationship with any one of them. I'm going to be still and silent for a few moments more. I'm opening up the space so anyone who tunes into this practice has the invitation to feel into more of what already exists inside of themselves. As much as our egg, our central channel, our perimeters and parameters of our energy body, so is this connection to earth and sky. I'm going to start to pull us out of this space. If you want to stay, you can stay. Start to add in some movement. Might feel the need to yawn or swallow. Slowly flutter open your eyes. And then whenever you feel ready, roll to one side or the other, knees towards the chest. So you can eventually push yourself up into a seat. So simple movements. Just wanted to open up some energetic pathways, feel a deeper connection between breath and body. which helps us really move our awareness, our attention into the body, away from the mind, which for most of us is where we struggle. We are constantly obliged to think, plan, worry, worry, worry. And those things are a part of what we have to do to be human, to get by in this human experience. But they're just one piece of many pieces in the puzzle of our existence, of our relational collective existence, both on the planet and interplanetary, cosmic. And it's just really this simple. It can be this simple. Do a few shapes, take a few breaths. Boom. And it's this slowing down, tuning in, recognition of what has always been. That helps us be more aligned in the daily tasks, so they can all be in service of the bigger things. Thank you very much. If you watched, if you practiced, please let me know if you have any questions. We'll close with one breath together. Inhale, if you'd like, circle the arms up, palms together. Exhale, hands down in front of your heart. Alrighty, I'll see you next time.